Hello everyone, welcome to Chasing Adventures, and today we are going to take a look at Litheli Electric Utility Wagon. So Litheli contacted me and asked me to review their utility wagon, but I already have two. One is a simple folding wagon that I picked up at Big Five long time ago, and the other one is Tom Shoe wagon that folds into very small footprint. But they're not electrically powered, so whenever I use them and I load them up with gears, I have to use some strength to pull it, especially on the carpet or on the gravel. So I couldn't say no when they asked me, and I was really excited about this. So in this video, we'll talk about my first impression, specs, who's it for, and some comparison to my other wagons and my final thoughts. So first impression, I was surprised to see how excellent this product really is. Everything is sewed on nicely using high quality materials, feels robust, all the joint points are well put together, and it feels solid. And the wheels are just the right size for most terrains. And I especially love the color. I mean, my favorite color is black, but I do like this beige color with orange accents. I think it goes very well together. And it doesn't have a horrible chemical smell, which the Tom Shoe has. And I thought it will go away after a couple of usage, but no, it still does. So yeah, this is a very well-made product, and my first impression was very positive. And my sample came with two batteries, a roll-out tabletop so you could turn this wagon into a table, which I'll demonstrate that for you in just a bit, a bungee cord strap to tie things down when you're hauling to the metal D-rings, two bottle holders, and the front wheel came detached, but it was very easy to slide them in place, and even has markings to tell you which side it goes onto. I mean, I don't think it makes any difference, but it's there. And it's powered by the rear wheel, so the motor is in the back of the wagon. And to power the motor, the battery slot is in the front of the wagon. Now, you do need to plug this two-prong key in order to power the wagon, so plug the key in first, slide the battery into the slot, and the controller is on the handle. And best of all, the rear of the wagon folds down for extra storage space. Just unzip and unclip, and you got this big opening. And this is great for hauling long items, or when using it as a table, you have access to the stored items without having to remove things on the tabletop and pulling the table apart. Or you could put their backpack fridge, so when you're cooking, you have your food stored right next to you. And if you want to see my review on the fridge, you could click the link up here, or I'll leave it in the video description so you could view it after this video. And if you're enjoying this video so far, please hit the like button and consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. Now, the dry weight for the wagon is around 34 pounds, so it is on the heavier side. And that's because of the motor, but it'll benefit you when you're using it to haul heavy things around. And this has 200 liters of space, and by comparison, this is the biggest wagon out of the three. And the motor is 2200 watt motor, and it could power up to 10 degrees incline with maximum load weight of 136 pounds. But honestly, I think the wagon can support more than 136 pounds. And with the fully charged battery, it has up to 30 minutes of range, which is more than enough for most usage. And the batteries are 20,000 milliamp hour battery with USB-A and USB-C port. So you could also charge your cell phone or small devices up to 45 watts. And has 4-level battery status indicator light on the top. And to charge the battery, use the same USB-C port to charge it. And even comes with the braided charging wire, which is a very nice touch. On the handle, you have a release button, a trigger, and a speed controller. So press the release button and hold down the trigger to power the motor. Now, there's a safety cutoff on the bottom, so the handle has to be lowered to certain degrees in order to work. And rotate the speed controller to match your walking pace. And the easiest way to adjust the speed while in motion for me was to use my pinky to rotate the controller. And on max, this thing moves. And if the battery runs out, you can still use the wagon like a normal wagon. And there are brakes on both of the front wheels, so press down the black pedal to lock and orange pedals to unlock. And the good thing about this handle is that when you let go, it doesn't fall to the ground like my Big Five one, so I don't have to snap it in place or grab it from the floor. And it's very easy to control the direction, because that was my biggest beef with the Tom Shoe. There's so much play on the handle, I could never get it to go straight. Or I have to anticipate the turn and turn it before. It was pretty annoying, but Litheli is just perfect in both aspects. and it folds down very quickly and stands on its own. But it is the largest out of the three, and folded dimensions are 25 inches by 12 inches by 31 inches. And unfolded dimensions are 40 inches by 28 inches by 24 inches. So my only con for this wagon are the weight and the folded size. But I think the positive outweighs the cons because unlike traditional manual wagon that demands physical exertion, Litheli boasts this dynamic and effortless mode of transporting your goods to your destination. I mean, the last thing we want is to be physically depleted before we even set up camp, right? Because personally, I know few people that doesn't like camping simply because of that reason. But with this, simply load up all your gear, walk to your destination or your campsite, and you have plenty of energy left to set up camp. Oh, and one more con, well, not necessarily con, but the motor is a bit loud when it's in motion, so just be mindful of that. And now I'll show you how to put the tabletop. First, remove all 4 end caps and replace it with the one that came with the tabletop. Snap the pole into the end caps and snap the table to the poles. And now you have a pretty solid table. And I would use the storage space to put things I'm not using and put fridge onto the tailgate so all my food and drinks are right next to me. So this is very convenient. So who's this for? Well, I think it's for everyone that loves spending time outside. You could take it camping, picnic, day at the beach. Well, not necessarily at the beach because the wheels are on the thinner side, and on sand, you want a wide track to distribute the weight evenly. Otherwise, the wheel will just sink into the sand. And I don't even think Litheli advertised to be used on sand. But playing sports, or if you live in an apartment like I do, a wagon is a must to bring up your groceries or heavy and large packages. So literally, you could use this thing every day, which I do. So, final thought, well, Litheli brings evolution to current items that we use on a day-to-day basis. And this one is no different. And they are revolutionary because you could use one type of battery for a variety of products such as their gardening tools, chainsaw, lawnmower, drills, impact wrench, fridge, and this electric wagon. And they're really going green with these products and simplifying usage with just one type of battery. And this saves a lot of hassle of having to charge different types of battery for different tools. But it does come at a cost, and that could be on the expensive side for someone, but you pay for your convenience. And that's something you have to decide if it's worth it for you. For someone like me that loves camping, who lives in an apartment, hauling heavy stuff around and bringing up Costco run items, it's a convenience I would gladly pay for. So I'll leave the link to this wagon in the video description. And I don't know how long the sale is going for, so if you're interested, make sure to check it out for yourself right away. And that's all I have for you guys today. And if this video was informative, please like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. So thank you all for tuning in today. And until next time, keep chasing adventures, and I'll see you all on my next video.